guys, welcome to another vlog. I wanted to do this vlog today because I wanted to share some exciting news with you guys. If you remember about a week ago on Twitter, when I was the Hamburglar after losing a bet to Jordan in high stakes Minecraft, I had tweeted that I had some really awesome news and I really wanted to announce something, but I wasn't going to do it as the Hamburglar, kind of because the thing that I found out is actually really important to me, and it's something that I'm actually very, very excited about, and I didn't want to do it as I was like disguised in this like really jokey, funny kind of way. So I wanted to wait until I could make it a little bit more serious and really be excited about it and talk about it. And as I was thinking about it later, after I was able to go back to my normal Twitter profile, it just didn't seem right to put it into 140 characters because it is something, again, I'm really excited about, and so I wanted to do this video kind of to talk about that and a couple of other things that just have been happening lately that I'm really kind of stoked about. So I guess we should probably start like a few years back, like way back when I first started YouTube. I have talked about it before in other videos, but I used to really not be a very confident person, and even now, still today, I struggle with that a little bit, where I feel like I am not equally as valuable as one of my peers. So when it comes to gaming things, or whenever it's talking about like collaborations or doing stuff, I always feel like, wow, I'm not as cool as that person. Like, I don't feel like I'm able to participate in something like that because I'm not that same caliber. So I do still struggle with that a little bit, but not as severely as I was a few years back. And so when I started YouTube, you can go back and watch my old videos, I was much more quiet and reserved, and I was not as goofy and spunky as I am now because I feel comfortable being myself. And so for people who have been there experiencing that yourselves, you guys understand how it's so meaningful when somebody who doesn't owe you anything, or when somebody just randomly, like out of the blue, compliments you or tells you that you've done a great job, or that, you know, hey, like, you're really good at what you do, or they pay you this compliment. It really means a lot, especially when you're doing something in a very competitive industry like YouTube or broadcasting or whatever it is. Believe it or not, it is kind of a competitive industry. We just play video games. And when I started doing it, I never did it expecting that I was, you know, gonna be like a big YouTuber. I did it because I just really liked video games, and I thought it would be a great way for me to kind of put myself out there and come out of my shell and stop being so shy. And so then when I started realizing and getting letters from people that were saying, hey, you helped me, you know, realize that it's okay to, you know, either be a girl and be prominent in, you know, the gaming space, or you don't have to lie on a server about being a girl because, you know, some guys are just gonna treat you like they would anybody else. I started realizing that I was able to make a difference, and I never got into YouTube hoping that I was gonna have, you know, 1 million subscribers, or 500,000 or 200,000 or 100,000. I did it because it was something that I thought would help me personally, and it started helping other people, and I continue doing it because I find a lot of satisfaction out of it. I enjoy doing it, and even if my subscriber numbers stopped right now, as long as I was still continuing to help people, I would continue doing it. And I have been the same kind of mentality with a lot of things. It's why I have a college degree in nonprofit administration, because I wanted to help people. Even way back in college, I didn't know how I was going to do that, and I've always wanted to be able to give back to people in whatever career I was doing. So I'm fortunate that I have a career where I can combine helping people and gaming, and so yeah, that's a long story, but that's kind of where I am now today and why I'm in YouTube and all of this. And so lately, it started about, I think, 2 weeks ago on Twitch Weekly, where I cried on Twitch Weekly, which was like super embarrassing and terrible, but I did, because we were talking about our accomplishments, and I said, to me, I was told that I was never going to be able to make a difference, and I was told that when I started gaming, I was wasting my time, and that I wouldn't ever be able to do YouTube and have a real family life and take care of Boo and have a career, that my enjoyment of gaming was basically leading me astray from what, real adults should be doing, and that I should just give up. And I worked really, really hard at both a full-time job that had nothing to do with gaming. I was working like 60 hours a week, and I was struggling to pay my bills, and at that point my brother lived with me so that I could afford to have a nice place for Boo to live. And now we fast forward 2 years, and I have my own home. I am able to pay my bills, and it's largely because I didn't give up on my dream, and I didn't stop when someone told me that I couldn't. And because everybody that watches my videos continued to support me and tell me that I was making a difference. And so I kept doing it, and my parents were very supportive of me and told me that, they thought I was going to do great things, and they were very instrumental and as well as all the viewers, in making sure that I didn't give up when I thought that I should. And so fast forward, here we are. I'm crying again, but it means a lot to me to know for myself that I'm successful. But there's an entirely other level where when people who are your peers reach out to you and say, hey, what you're doing is valuable and you're making a difference, and we want to recognize you for that, that's huge. And that, to me, it means a lot. Like, I keep the binder of all of the letters. It's within arm's reach. I can like touch it right here. That all means a lot to me. But it's a different thing to rebuild your confidence when professional people who don't have an emotional attachment to you for no reason just come to you and say, hey, you've done a great job. So this is what's happened to me in the last couple of weeks. I had GameSpot did an article called 15 Hilarious New Gaming YouTubers, and I was included on that list, which is awesome. I know I'm not a new YouTuber, but still, for them to like recognize that like they thought I was funny, and the profile of me said I was like all things glitter and headshots, and I mean, I thought it was hilarious, and it was really great. I was like, oh, that's really cool, and I'm on this list with Sonia, and I think Sonia is infinitely cooler than I am. Like, it's Sonia, like, she's gorgeous, and she's hilarious, and she's funny, and she's very successful at what she does. I can't talk right now. She's successful. She has just such a genuine personality. Like, I admire Sonia a lot. I look up to her a lot. So to be kind of on a list with someone that I admire was really cool. Then another website online called FemHype, which is a blog / website for female gamers, picked up my PSA on girl gaming and used it in an article. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I don't necessarily agree with the contents of the article, but what they said about me was very inspiring. They basically just said that, kind of I was this inspiration for girls, and I was like unapologetically girly, and how I, was able to hold my own in groups of men like Minecraft, or even recently with High Stakes Minecraft, it's me against 3 boys, and I'm not intimidated by them, nor do I feel like I'm any different. So what they were saying about me in the article was very positive. The rest of it, y'all can read it and decide for yourself. I don't necessarily agree with the contents of that, but it was still kind of, it was still very nice to be recognized as this person who kind of can hold her own and be kind of that, I won't say pioneer because I'm not like the only girl gamer, but just to be kind of that, hey, it's okay, everyone's welcome here and everyone's great, and let me kind of be a role model for some people. It was really, really nice. So then, after all of this stuff has happened to me recently, and I've just had a lot of moments in the last month or so where I've just sat down and been like, yo, like, I'm just really happy. I'm a very happy person right now with my life. I am happy with the accomplishments that I have with my career, with working with Twitch. I'm happy with where my YouTube is. I'm happy with everything. And I don't know, I feel like I am back to the person that I used to be before I lost all of my confidence and before I kind of secluded myself and became very shy. So I've just been really happy. So then I get an email from VidCon, and they're like, hey, we want you to attend VidCon, which is kind of awesome in itself, because VidCon is a convention where there's not a lot of gamers historically that attend VidCon. It's mostly vloggers. It's a lot of like life and style people who are there, makeup artists, and these are all people for the most part that are in the millions of subscribers. Now there's smaller channels obviously that attend, but you're looking at people like Joey Graceffa or Tyler Oakley, or you're looking at like the Michelle Fons. Like you're looking at people who are huge in YouTube. And for VidCon to reach out to me and say like, hey, we want you to attend, I was like, oh, okay, like, let's back it up and go back to that, like, I'm not cool enough to be in this group of cool kids mentality, but okay, like, all right, I will definitely, yeah, I would love to go. And then I keep reading the email and they're like, because we want you to talk on a panel about gender in gaming. And I was like, yes, absolutely, I will participate in that. It is a cool, very cool thing to feel like my opinions are valid, or what I have to say is important, or somebody looks at me and says like, I really respect the way that she carries herself. And from a professional organization that's putting on and should have these content tracks that are supposed to be valuable to the community of people that's attending, for them to reach out to me specifically, I didn't like apply for anything, I didn't reach out, like they came to me with no like preempting. I didn't suggest that they contact me or anything. I don't know how they came up. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not gonna question it because I'm like super pumped about it. But it's just really nice to have someone come to me that's like a huge organization like that and say, we really want you to provide your opinions and your experiences on this panel at VidCon for, you know, everyone to hear. And I was like, oh, sure, yeah, definitely. And I don't know, at the time, I didn't know who was on the panel, and I just was really excited about it to begin with. And I was just, it was very exciting for me. I don't think as a professional accomplishment, there's been anything that has been more validating to me than that. I mean, having like my YouTube plaque, whatever, is fine, but that's like, I don't care about the numbers, so it's an accomplishment, yeah, but it's not as exciting to me personally as being able to realize that like I'm actually making a difference. So I emailed the girl back and I said, yeah, that's great, when can I talk about, you know, what the time is, who the other people on the panel are, or whatever. And so she said, oh, you know, it's going to take a couple weeks for us to update the website with your headshot and stuff, so give us a couple weeks. But, and then I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you who the people on the panel are, so like I'm not going to say it right now, but I read it and I was floored. Like, the other people on this panel are people that I have looked up to. Like, one of the people on this panel is a girl that back when I was playing World of Warcraft was like the single female that I looked up to, and I was like, holy crap, I'm not alone. There are other girls that play my guild. It was primarily men that I was playing with, and I had never been raised around other girls who were nerdy like me. I was kind of my own person, and I always felt like I was the only one. And so she was like the person that really was like, holy crap, like there are other girls that are super geeky like me, and we exist, and like this is amazing. And she's on this panel. Like, this is a big deal, and y'all can probably figure out who it is if you can connect all the dots. And I'm probably okay saying it, but I don't want to be the person that like spills the beans and when I'm not supposed to. But then there are other girl gaming YouTubers who I absolutely admire and respect, and like, again, I am not that cool. I'm not as cool as her, and I'm on this panel, and like I feel like I'm like the small fry in this thing, and it just makes me feel happy, and it makes me feel, I don't know. That's my news. That was my news, is that I want to be on a panel at VidCon about gender and gaming, which like to most people is like, okay, whatever, Ari, it's fine. But like, they reached out to me and they were like, will you do this? And then I looked at who was on the panel with me, and am I that cool? Am I that cool as those people? If not, everyone's gonna look at me like, what is this doofy girl doing on this stage with these really cool people? Because she's not that cool. But for like, at least for an hour, I'm gonna be that cool, so I'm just really stoked about it. And so that was my news, and I don't know what else to tell you guys, but that was my news. So I just wanted to take a second and thank everybody for all the support that you guys have given me, because obviously, even though it wasn't like a popularity contest or a vote, it was a professional organization who reached out to me and said, will you do this? And I said yes. I wouldn't be able to do that if people weren't coming forward and saying like, Ari, you're making a difference, and Ari, you matter, and thank you for your help, or there weren't other news media outlets who were picking up on the things that we talk about on Twitch, or the you guys are the inspiration for most of these videos. So I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, and so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has supported me and who's really helped me accomplish my dreams. And not only dreams as in terms of like, hey, I can actually be successful on YouTube, but professionally, where like I'm just very grateful, and I'm very humbled, and I'm very excited that we're able to talk about these things, and I'm able to be included on that, because I feel like we're gonna make a difference, and we're gonna make, even if one person walks out of that panel feeling better because there are people up on that stage that they can admire and say, she can do it, I can too, I think that is validation enough. So I really just want to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity, and I'm really happy, and I'm really, really excited, and this year has been the best year of my life so far, and it's not even halfway done. So thank you all so much from the very bottom of my heart for being the best goobers in the whole world, and I will see you in game soon. Bye.